Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is an Assassin's Creed video. I know I haven't done one of these videos in quite a long time. I really wanted to film Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, but those are all Series X enhanced games. And you guys know my little SD card literally wants to F me in the booty whenever I try to record. I mean, it's really violent. It's really bad. You don't want to be there when it happens. Of course, that's a metaphor. But yeah, it don't want to work. My Series X, in terms of Series X enhanced games, is just completely pooped up. I tried to record Dying Light 2 gameplay the other day, and literally it bricked my console. Bricking a console is essentially when your Xbox or any video game console just turns off, just shuts down. So that's not good. And I figured, you know what, I really want to record some of the newer Assassin's Creed games, and I can't. So you're actually seeing some Assassin's Creed 1 gameplay all the way back from 2007. Because, one, there are some rumors that we might be getting another Assassin's Creed remake of this game you're watching here, announced sometime in like September, October, August, sometime in the fall. Not confirmed, but that's the heavy rumor. But also, this is just a great game to play. I really love the Assassin's Creed franchise. I have them all except for Rogue Remastered. I gotta get that one. And Syndicate. The only reason I'm not gonna buy Syndicate because enemies do not respawn, I've heard, and then it's just a really boring, empty world when you complete it. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But still, I do love Assassin's Creed, right? I love all the games that I have. I have the first one, I have 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Odyssey, Origins, Valhalla, name it for the most part, I have it, and I've played it, and I've loved it, right? Assassin's Creed is a great open-world franchise, and I kind of wanted to just talk about it. So, we've gotten the game that you're seeing now, right, in Jerusalem and all that. I don't want to say Muslim, but that's kind of the art direction we're kind of striving for in a way here. And then we have stuff like, Origins, which is Egyptian, Odyssey, which is Roman, Valhalla, which is, of course, like Norse and England and Jotunheim and Asgard and all that, kind of Thor-like. And then you get, Unity in Paris, and there's just so many epic locations, right, in these games. The open worlds are fantastic, and especially this one, it really led the groundwork for the rest of the franchise, but also next-gen open-world gaming, right? This game, again, came out in 2007, right? GTA 4, right? Grand Theft Auto 4 came out in 2008. I have it, I played it, I love it. It's a great game. However, if you play Assassin's Creed 1 on your 360, I'm playing this on my Series X, right? 60 FPS and all that. But if I were to plug this back into my 360 in my basement, it looks better than GTA 4 that came out a year after. I love GTA 4. It's just an example. But Grand Theft Auto 4 looks like butt. It looks like watercolor paint. It does not look good at all. And we desperately need a remaster. Of course, I don't think that's going to happen because of the trilogy. But I do think, which I like, now that it's all patched. But beside the point, Assassin's Creed 1 looks, runs, and plays very effing good, even in 2022, right? Halfway through the year of 2022, this game looks and plays and runs fantastic on my Xbox Series X. And it looked good on my Xbox One and my 360, right? So this game really and truly was next-gen for the time back in 2007. So to see that we're getting all these cool games and all these spin-offs, Liberation, they have the 2D side-scrolling ones, and then that leads us to Assassin's Creed, the movie, in 2016, starring Michael Fassbender, Jeremy Irons, and the one hot girl from Dark Knight Rises, which had a really shitty death. Marion Cotillard or whatever. Cotillard, or I don't know, Marion something. But this is a movie that no one saw and no one liked. It made no money for the most part. Critics effing trashed it. And I swear to God, I am the only guy in the world that actually enjoys this movie. I don't think this is a masterpiece, right? I have some problems with Assassin's Creed 2016, like, for example, the action scenes. I think they're really cool, but the way they're shot makes me want to hurl. I always bring up, Kingsman 2 and The Kingsman, and of course the John Wick trilogy. Those are some of the best action scenes in film ever, because you can clearly see what, Eggsy or Harry or John Wick, what they're doing in the fight. There's no shaky cam for the most part. There's no, oh my god, what the hell's going on type of motion. The guy's not shaking the camera like he's on crack. It's just smooth action. And this movie has good action scenes and good, elements, really good CGI, good acting, good writing for the most part, and it is actually canon to the games. Not many people know that, but yes, this film is canon to the video games, and it actually is referenced in Assassin's Creed, I believe, Origins, when Layla, one of the real world kind of girl version of Desmond Miles, she's kind of reading on a computer, right, and she reads about the crazy, effing hook things that, hook into your back in that movie, and, Callum goes, lifts up in the air. It's all canon, it's really cool, but Of course, being canon doesn't mean it's inherently good, but I just wanted to say that it is. But I did enjoy it. I think there's one or two shots that the editing could be a little bit quicker. I think there was like one shot I mentioned where like the guy lifts the apple of Eden or something to the light, and like the light is shining through the apple, but it cuts too quick, so it's like really jarring. Stuff like that. There's not a whole many of those scenes, but there's a few. And then, of course, the big negative with that film was the action, like I said. Really cool, but kind of hard to follow. The camera's shaking like crazy. I swear to God, the director took a bunch of LSD and just started shaking the camera like no tomorrow and just said, all right, print that, we're done, edit the thing out. But it's a fun movie, it's entertaining, and I really don't understand the hate behind this film. And that's one of the crux, I guess the big crux of this video, the big arc of this video, is that we need more Assassin's Creed movies. And, I know no one liked it. I know it didn't make any goddamn money. Critics trashed it. I swear, like I said, I think I'm the only person that actually likes this film. I have it on DVD. I have to get it on Blu-ray one day. But, it's not a masterpiece, but I enjoyed it. I watch it. It's fun. And when I saw it in the theaters, my mom and I were the only ones. My dad wanted to go with Dad, but he was working. So we're like, all right, let's go. We were the only people in the theater. It was kind of scary. But, I had to make sure no one was hiding out in the corner with a hidden blade. But, it was a fun movie to watch for sure. And I think that it very much led down to the fact that it's entertaining and it's canon, and it really made me want to play the games a lot more. Callum Lynch, what's his name? The assassin. Not Altair. I Googled it like 20 minutes ago. I don't remember. But he is a good character. I think that it's really cool to kind of, I guess, emulate not only the Assassin's Creed elements, but it's also cool to see Callum in like a psych ward, kind of a crazy Arkham Asylum, style hospital, and actually see more. Because look, when I play the Assassin's Creed games, I don't give a crap about the real life. It's there, and you have to stomach it. It's like a tough pill. You swallow it, and then you're done, right? The fun part is when you go back in time and you beat the shit out of enemies. That's the fun part. The parkouring and the action scenes and the horse riding and the graphics and whatever. Not the laying on the bed and talking for 5 hours thing, And I know some people like it. I don't hate it, but, I'd rather much get to the actual, gameplay than hearing Desmond, what the hell's going on? I'm a bartender. I don't care. So it is cool to see that this movie actually made me kind of give a darn about the stakes and the role of Callum in this world, which is really cool. I know a lot of people also were complaining that this movie's very confusing. Maybe I'm like an Einstein reincarnated, but I swear to God I was not confused one time. Again, like the Star Wars sequels, most people that hate them are dumb. It's the truth. I don't care who I offend. Most people that like say, "Oh, these are freaking horrible movies. They're shitty movies." You just don't understand Star Wars or film. Like that's it. That's it. And it really is a case of the same thing with this film. Is that maybe you're not paying attention to the movie, maybe you don't care, maybe you're just checking out of the film mentally. But I paid attention, and I enjoyed it, and I understood it. So I really don't understand the complaint when people say, oh, it's confusing, it makes no sense. It does, actually, and you just need to pay attention and use your brain, and it works. But it just works. But like I said, it's a fun movie, it's very action-packed, and it has a really cool story. Like I said, it ain't a perfect movie. I'd rather watch Uncharted the movie, or that's about it, really. Yeah, haven't seen Mortal Kombat. But I really do think that when people put this on their least favorite video game movies list, I don't know. I mean, that's your opinion, I guess, but it's just kind of insane to me that this is always dunked on and people poop on it like constantly. Not seriously pooping, but figuratively pooping, taking a fat greasy dump right on this. It's like my I don't know, a critic or a hater came over my house, grabbed my DVD cover and just pooped on it and handed it back to me. That's how a lot of people respect this film, right? Again, that's just a figure of saying they shit on the film. I'm not saying no one came to my house and pooped on my DVD. All right, it's just a thing. But it very much is sad to me that people they automatically are like, oh, that's shit. That's a horrible movie. That's bad. That's horrible. Don't. It's like, did you watch it? Did you not understand it? Maybe watch it again with an open mind, or maybe pay attention to looking at your phone. I don't know. If you genuinely don't like it, again, that's your opinion. I'm not saying you have to love this movie, but I just think it's overhated and a bit underrated, if I had to say. And I'd be so happy, so freaking happy to see more Assassin's Creed movies. Maybe not with Callum Lynch, but just in the same lore and canon as this movie and the games, you know. It'd be really cool to see another, you know, maybe 4 or 5 live-action Assassin's Creed movies, rated R this time. I don't know why the hell this was PG-13, because the games are for 17 up, and the movie is for 13 up, so that makes no effing sense. I know kids play Call of Duty. I know parents are just freaking awful nowadays. They don't give a crap what their kids watching, right? So I guess, technically, you know, if you watch a movie and you're 13, and you like it, then you can't play the games because you're not 17. I know no one except me and my parents followed the damn rating thing, you know, if it's at 17. And I know people who are like, oh, I played GTA when I was 2. It's like, okay. I don't know. I guess every parent is different. But it very much is that case of, I don't know why the hell it was PG-13. But anyway, this all falls in line with this franchise needs more movies. That's my main crux, like I said, because the movie's good, not perfect, but it was good. The video games are freaking awesome. You know what I mean? How cool would it be to get an Assassin's Creed movie in Egypt or Norse? You know, it wouldn't have to necessarily follow the you know, story of the video game, but loosely. You know, maybe instead of Valhalla, you have Eivor. Have a different character, you know, have a different, I don't know, thingamajig in the same canon, in the same lore, and just have it all fit together in a really cool movie. I think that'd be really awesome. You know, we get a lot of more unique locations like, you know, Egypt, Odyssey, Rome, you know, China, Japan, anywhere. Hell, even America, you know what I mean? Just random places. Florida, I don't care. Put it in Florida. Put it in Disney World. Assassin's Creed in Disney World. I don't know. He attacks, I don't know, Goofy or something. I got no clue. But it really much is that need. It's my need. I just want more of these movies, man. You know, like, I don't love this movie, but I enjoyed it. I really did. I don't think it deserved all the hate. I think we should have gotten more movies to not only flesh out this movie, but also, you know, flesh out the entire game and lore. You know, I'm not saying Assassin's Creed 2, 3, 4 of these movies, if they were to be made, you know, they don't have to follow a sequel to Callum Lynch. Every movie could be a different protagonist, not necessarily going into, like, a witness protection or, like, an Arkham Asylum psych ward, but every movie could follow a different character and then a different assassin, not necessarily maybe finding an apple of Eden or like a piece of Eden, but it could be some kind of MacGuffin that actually works, and it'd just be a lot of fun to go to really cool locations, make it R-rated, make it have better action scenes, and that would be awesome. Could you imagine like John Wick or Kingsman style action scenes in an Assassin's Creed movie? In like China, could you know what I mean? Like Norway, you could have like a Viking with tomahawks or, you know, hatchets or a spear, and then you go to like a Native American one with a tomahawk, and that was a bad example. And then you go to, say, China or Japan, and you have katana fights and ninjas. I mean, dude, the possibilities for these Assassin's Creed movies are effing endless. And now that actually this movie was made by 20th Century Fox. Ding ding, Disney actually owns 20th Century Fox. So Disney legally owns the Assassin's Creed movie franchise. They don't necessarily own the games, right? That's Ubisoft. But Disney, I can clearly say Assassin's Creed 2016 is a Disney movie. They didn't make it, Fox made it, but they own it. So, you know, they own it. So it is really cool to see that now that, you know, the stuff like even Alita or Kingsman or Deadpool, you know, all of that, but specifically Assassin's Creed 2016, it's a Disney movie now. So I really hope that, you know, Disney takes it. Maybe they won't make it R now, but make it good. You know, I mean, I don't know, just make another one. You know, F it, just make another one. I'm very much excited to see the future of this Assassin's Creed franchise, whether we're getting a remake of this original game you're seeing here, or Rift, or whatever the heck that online thing is, which I probably won't buy because it's online. But I have really loved, you know, I love every Assassin's Creed game, from Black Flag to Unity. But I think the one that really sparked my interest in the franchise, even more than I had before, was Valhalla. I have, since I got it, I believe, like December 2020, I have 230 hours in that game, and I've done everything, but I just love running around Norway, and Asgard, and Jotunheim, and freaking, the one, like, Native American Viking, Vinland, England, just killing enemies repeatedly because they respawn, exploring the world on your horse, just upgrading your characters, switching out weapons. It's a blast. Valhalla is easily one of my favorite video games of all time, period. I love that game to death. And I would really like to see more of this RPG-style gameplay. I know a lot of people go, oh, this new Assassin's Creed, it's not real Assassin's... Shut up. I know Odyssey technically isn't Assassin's Creed, right? There's no hidden blade, none of that shit. It's just called Assassin's Creed Odyssey because of branding and money. I get that one. But there is a sense of Hidden Ones, Assassins versus Templar kind of thing in in Origins and Valhalla. So, I don't mind. I think the RPG change is really freaking cool, but it is neat because this game you're watching here, from the first one all the way to like Assassin's Creed 3 with Connor, they're completely different in terms of their character models, the way they move, just the game. It's like a revamp, right? And then they did that with Black Flag. Unity was a bit the same. And then, with Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, those are completely different feeling to the other ones. So it's really cool to see that we're getting all of this new stuff, and these games are constantly getting, reinvented, so to speak, in this really cool style. And I just wish that movie did better, because it'd be really cool to see this franchise in movie trilogy or quadrilogy, or hell, even 5-6 movies, like a whole saga. That would be amazing. Just imagine all the locations. And it is a shame that we're probably never going to get another live action Assassin's Creed movie. I heard they're doing something on Netflix. I don't know if that's still a thing, but the future of this franchise in terms of the gaming world looks pretty bright. I can't wait to see what they do next as a company. Again, Ubisoft isn't my favorite developers in the world, but Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite gaming franchises in the world. So I'm very much, I'm glad that they even came up with it. This game that you're watching here really was the kind of the foundation of all these games, all the, the movie, everything, the comics, the 2D things, whatever. And it's really cool that, you're just playing as a badass assassin with, like, guns and swords and knives and hidden blades, and you're parkouring, and you have these beautiful open worlds to explore. I mean, it's insane, man, the level of detail in all these games. And again, I'm just really kind of sad that they never got another movie, because the games sell really well. Everyone loves the games, but when it comes to the movie, it's like the black sheep of the franchise. It's like, oh, we don't talk about that. Get that in another room, quick, burn it. But I don't know. I liked it. So tell me in the comments down below what you think. Should we get another Assassin's Creed movie, or do you think that we should just kind of bury it where it is? Again, myself, I love the games, but I really enjoyed that movie, and I think having more movies with these different locations, hell, you can go to England, you could go to France, you could go wherever. And it would be really cool to see these Assassin's Creed, characters and just stories in different live-action films with, again, better action scenes for sure. They were fun, but they weren't really filmed too well. That was my main negative with the film, of course, but I enjoyed it for what it is. Anyway, tell me in the comments down below what you think. Should we get more of these movies? And what is your favorite Assassin's Creed game out of them all? Again, mine is Valhalla, but I really enjoy them all. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video of Assassin's Creed 1 footage. And yeah, I cannot wait to cover more of this franchise and hopefully play more games. I could probably, record more of this. I could record Black Flag. I've got, a few others. A lot of them are Series X enhanced, which means I can't film it because I'll destroy my console and probably blow the house up. But is what it is. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little Assassin's Creed video. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.